Bountiful produce, quality meats, frozen favorites, and a fresh bakery. These are the qualities of Brothers Market in Sigourney. Brothers Market is proud to serve the Sigourney community and is one of several locations in Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri. For any of your grocery, meat, deli, bakery, or special order needs, shop Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney. Brothers Market was honored at the 2024 Iowa Hunger Summit for its efforts to serve underprivileged and disadvantaged communities. Brothers Market, a piece of the community you can count on.
Come to Helmuth Ford, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
The Retro Antique and Curiosities Crawl is this Friday and Saturday. Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Embark on a shop-hop adventure designed for people to discover hidden gems in shops and communities in a well-organized and distinctive antique shopping experience. With shops in Oskaloosa, Pella, and Eddyville. For more information, find Retro Antique Tour on Facebook. Come have a fun night with the band Brass Pair performing at the Keswick Tavern this Saturday night. The band will be playing from 8 to 11 p.m. with no cover charge. The Keswick Tavern is located at 117 South Iron Street in Keswick, Iowa. Brass Pair is an Eastern Iowa rock and variety band specializing in music from multiple genres. They're going to play the big, juicy hits this Saturday night at the Keswick Tavern from 8 to 11 p.m. No cover charge. Neil. I think he's sitting on the toilet at his home right now. Hey, I'm flying solo this morning. You see Neil in the comments this morning. A little bit too much Pizza Ranch last night at Tuesday Night Tune-Up. So, yeah. Maybe Neil will just be watching along and commenting throughout the show this morning. So, hey, it's Steve with you on just another morning show. And we do thank all of our sponsors here on Steve Shuttler Media. And, of course, Brothers Market in Sigourney is our headline sponsor. Make sure you stop in there. They have savings made simple at Brothers Market. And also, not only in person are savings made simple, but online as well. Go to shopbrothersmarket.com for digital coupons. You can earn rewards, find out the deal of the week and shopping deals. Plus, download that Brothers Market app. It's a smart way to shop. We thank Brothers Market in Sigourney for being our headline sponsor. Oski Dental sponsors our studios. Good old Toothy. Toothy. Ha. Toothy. Toothy's not here today. Toothy only shows up when Neil's around for some reason. I don't know why that is. But you can schedule your appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental at 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. Oski Dental, Brothers Market, big sponsors here on Just Another Morning Show. Let's hang on. I have to run over to the weather lab here quick. Whew. All right. I'm in the weather lab. The weather is a-cooking. A slight chance of some showers today, maybe a thunderstorm this afternoon. Just a 30% chance and a high of 77. We should thank the Garden Gate in Sigourney for sponsoring our forecast, of course. They've been serving the community for 28-plus years now. They've got fresh floral arrangements, home decor, sympathy gifts. They got something for everyone. The Garden Gate in Sigourney. So today, once again, chance of some showers, maybe an afternoon thunderstorm, otherwise cloudy today. but warming up to a high of 77 with light and variable winds. Tonight, a 30% chance of some showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 11 o'clock tonight. Otherwise cloudy, a low of 47. On to tomorrow, sunshine, beautiful day tomorrow, a little bit more windy, a high in the upper 60s with wind gusts up to about 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, clear, low of 41. And Friday, will be sunny and a high of 70. Right now, we do have right around 59 degrees here in downtown Sigourney. Your weather, again, sponsored by the Garden Gate. Again, I'm just hanging out by myself. Neil's in the comments, I can see, talking about toilet paper and toilet issues. Too much Pizza Ranch for Neil last night at Tuesday night tune-up. On this date in history, let's see here, 1789, the first presidential inaugural ball was held in New York City in honor of President and Mrs. George Washington. Martha was not in favor of... Never mind. That was going to be a bad joke. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to keep it straight-laced today. Since there's no Neil to make me laugh, I'm just going to keep it straight. So, yeah, first inaugural ball back in 1789 for the president and his wife. 1982 on this date, 42 years ago, unemployment in the U.S. reached a post-depression high of 9.4%. So, you think things are bad today? Nearly 10% of us were unemployed back in 1982. Not good. On this date in 1985, Baseball Commissioner Peter Ueberroth announces plans to institute mandatory drug testing. The thing was, it wasn't for baseball players. It was for baseball personnel, like people who worked behind the scenes, not the players on the field. So why would they even have drug testing at all if you don't include the players? Made no sense. 1994, Norway's most famous painting, The Scream. You remember that picture? I'm not talking about Kevin from Home Alone. I'm talking about the painting, The Scream. It was recovered almost 3 months after it had been stolen from an Oslo museum in Norway. So 1994 for that. Now, today on the National Day calendar, it's National Tourism Day. It's National Packaging Design Day. It's National Barrier Awareness Day. It's National Roast Leg of Lamb Day. And National Paste Up Day. Yeah. Not sure what National Paste Up Day is, but I guess get yourself a roast leg of lamb and gnaw on that throughout the day today, because that's the thing to do today. Let's do some things you need to know. Whoa! Things you need to know. Let's go out to Los Angeles, and a complaint filed to the Los Angeles Superior Court on Tuesday and obtained by People. Former Motown record executive and star Smokey Robinson, who's now 85 years old, was accused of sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, gender violence, and creating a hostile work environment by 4 women who worked for him. So I don't know when this took place, or supposedly, allegedly took place, but 85-year-old Smokey Robinson with some of those charges. We'll see what comes of that. Other things you need to know: a California federal jury yesterday found that Israeli spyware maker group called NSO owes Meta platforms over $444,000 in damages and a staggering $167.25 million in punitive damages for hacking 1,400 WhatsApp users' devices. So, again, that's a spyware maker group called NSO that owes Meta, Facebook, a bunch of money. Other stuff you need to know: a man with a minor criminal history rammed his car through the gate of Jennifer Aniston's Bel Air home just the other day, but was held up at gunpoint until police arrived. She was at home at the time. So, glad things worked out all right there. He was obviously taken into custody. Well, one thing that is going to be, affected by the tariffs, price raising, they say Mattel, the toy maker Mattel, is warning of price hikes on Barbies and Hot Wheels if tariffs stay in effect for a while. So, if you're buying your kids or your grandkids Barbies or Hot Wheels, look for the prices to be going up due to the tariffs. Other stuff you need to know. Well, this is disappointing, and I don't know the reasoning why, but Sovereignty, the winning horse of the Kentucky Derby, is not going to be racing in the Preakness a week from Saturday. So there's not going to be any chance of a Triple Crown winner this year, as, again, Sovereignty, the horse, going to be skipping the Preakness this year. Bummer. Other stuff, they're saying that Tesla, the car maker, only sold 512 Teslas in the United Kingdom last month. That is a drop of 62% from the year before. So, all the political shenanigans revolving around Elon Musk and Tesla taking its toll on the number of cars being bought, at least in the UK. Also, other stuff. Let's see here. It was announced yesterday that all Rite Aid stores are going to be sold or are going to be closing as the company files for bankruptcy. So again, that is for Rite Aid stores. Speaking of stuff closing, of course, Sigourney had the bummer news yesterday that our pizza ranch in Sigourney has closed. So I know that was pretty unexpected. So some bad news there for Sigourney. Hopefully somebody will buy that and make it maybe into another pizza ranch, maybe into something else. Other stuff you need to know: former First Lady Michelle Obama. She has revealed that she's in therapy for what she calls a tune-up for the next phase of her life. What does that mean exactly? She continues to shoot down rumors that she and husband Barack Obama are headed for divorce. But if that's not what she's talking about, what's the next phase of her life? I don't know. Guess we'll all find out together. Do you like the show White Lotus that streams on the Max streaming platform? Well, both White Lotus stars Amy Lou Wood and Walton Goggins made an appearance at the Met Gala on Monday night in New York City, despite the rumor that they were feuding on the set of the show. Now, there's even talk that she might be a surprise guest on Saturday Night Live this weekend when Walton hosts the show. So, if you're into that show. I've never seen White Lotus. Neil, have you seen White Lotus? Oh. Neil's currently sitting on the toilet at home right now. Bummer. Neil, if you're in the comments, have you seen White Lotus? Speaking of the Met Gala, Diana Ross attended the Met Gala on Monday night for the first time in 22 years. So Diana Ross making that appearance. Let's go to The Who. Who? The Who. Roger Daltrey from The Who was performing a concert in the UK when the crowd, of course, started chanting, "Pinball Wizard! Pinball Wizard!" They wanted to hear Pinball Wizard, famous song by The Who. However, he refused to sing it. He says, quote, "I'm fed up with that. Done it too much." So that had to be a bummer. I mean, if you see the guy that sings Pinball Wizard and he doesn't sing that popular song, and they're chanting for it even, he didn't do it. Ellen DeGeneres posting pictures of her new home with wife Portia de Rossi. Well, they've already said goodbye to their $15 million dream home, and they've already bought another luxury mansion about 30 minutes away. So, of course, where did they move to? They moved out of the country somewhere. When Trump became president, one of the rare celebrities that actually moved out of the country when they said that they would. So, at least hats off to Ellen for sticking to her guns there and moving out of the country. But yeah, she wasn't happy with her $15 million mansion, so she had to buy something else. So, yeah. Isn't that a bummer when you're unhappy with your $15 million mansion? Other stuff, and a kind of a weird move in the movies. Marvel has started to rebrand their brand new movie that just came out in theaters called Thunderbolts. They're starting to rebrand it under a different name. They're calling it The New Avengers, just 3 days after it came out in theaters. So the new title is in the credits and everything, so it is official. But wouldn't they have thought of that before they released it in theaters? Strange. So Thunderbolts, The New Avengers is what that is official. By the way, if you want to feel a little bit old, 21 years ago, it's been 21 years ago this week that the TV show Friends ended. You know, we were talking about season or series finales here recently. Some people said that Friends was one of the best season, or I should say series finales, but Friends ending 21 years ago. I never really got into Friends. I mean, if it's on and my wife's watching it, I don't mind watching it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to watch Friends. Now, Neil. Hey, Neil. Oh, Neil's not here. Neil is a big fan of Friends. Joey, in particular. He is Joey in real life. Cancellation season at Netflix, at least. They have announced the end of shows like The Empress, The Sandman, Territory, and The Recruit. Those all getting the axe from Netflix. I don't think I have seen any of those shows. So those, again, The Empress, The Sandman, Territory, and The Recruit all getting canceled from Netflix. Today is day one of the conclave. If you're Catholic, this is a big deal at the Vatican. I guess the chimney is where to look at the Vatican as they await white smoke from the chimney of the Vatican that signals a new pope has been elected. So we'll see if that's going to happen. Some of the favorites, Pietro Parolin, let's see here, followed by Luis Antonio Tagle, Peter Turkson, and Matteo Zuppi. So we'll see who becomes the new pope at the Vatican. The conclave going on. The Trump administration preparing to eliminate a couple of key environmental protection agency divisions focused on climate change and energy efficiency. That includes the Energy Star program. Isn't that like everything has the little Energy Star sticker on it? That kind of makes it official. So, those divisions getting shut down, it sounds like. Also in things you need to know, Led Zeppelin guitarist Jimmy Page is being sued by a songwriter who claims that he is owed credit for writing the band's song Dazed and Confused. Why has it taken this person this long to bring forth this lawsuit? I mean, that song's how old? But that's what's going on there. A couple of food-related items and things you need to know. Tuna is in the news. Chicken of the sea. Now coming in flavors of lemon garlic, Old Day, dill, and now ghost pepper. So if you like a different flavors, I guess, of tuna, chicken of the sea with those different flavors. And then Ritz, if you like the Ritz crackers. They have a new, what they call baked to the crisp version of its cracker. It's called Hot Honey Flavored Crackers. Now, supposedly, the new type of Ritz cracker is only going to be available through summer. So we'll see about that. Usually they test these things out, see if they're popular, and then they stick around for a while. So some new Ritz out there if you want to check that out. Let's go to the impossible. Today's impossible. It's impossible question. All right, today's impossible question. Dads think that 9.5 years old is the ideal time for their kids to start doing this at home? What do you think we're talking about? Again, dads think 9.5 years old is the ideal time for their kids to start doing this at home. Here's a clue. It's a chore. It's a type of chore. Let's go to the comments. Bubby, good morning to you. Bubby was the first in the comments this morning. Dan, Patrick, Laura Lee, Neil. Neil's in the comments. Anthony, Amber, let's see here. Sandy, Anthony, Sherry, Pat, Nancy, Monica, Dixie. Neil is saying dishes in the comments. Again, dads think 9.5 years old is the ideal time for their kids to start doing this at home. Amber says mowing. Patrick says mowing. Neil says dishes. It's laundry. Laundry is what we're talking about. So 9.5 years old, the ideal time to start doing some laundry. Again, I'm flying solo today. Neil is in the comments. Neil is a great commenter when he's not here. So that's a good thing. He's keeping the comments hopping this morning. Let's take a break. Let's hear from some of our sponsors, like Christy Tarr at American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965.
Keokuk County Medical Clinic is your one-stop shop for healthcare. Our behavioral health providers offer a wide range of services to help you reach your goals. We have multiple family practice providers who see patients of all ages for acute and chronic care. Through a partnership with Bloom Pediatrics of Ottumwa, McKenna Bond, ARNP is here on Wednesday and Friday mornings to give your child the special care they need. Libby Dasso, PAC, is here for all your rheumatology needs. Jack's Corner Drug is located just down the hall for your convenience.
Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more. Plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore. Hey, a big thanks to Brothers Market in Sigourney for being our headline sponsor on Just Another Morning Show, and Oski Dental for sponsoring our studios. Hey, it's Steve hanging out with you on your Wednesday morning, April 7th. Hope you're off to a good start on this Wednesday. Neil has the day off, and when I say he has the day off, it's because of stuff like that happening. So Neil and the Oskaloosa Pizza Ranch, his bowels and the Pizza Ranch didn't see eye to eye after last night's Tuesday night tune-up, which, by the way, we had a great show last night. Had Cole Vanderwall on the show, one of the racers that I sponsor at the races this spring and summer. So if you didn't get to see that show, make sure you tune in to last night's show and see that young man. He made his debut as being a guest on the show last night with Safe Grafke. So, good TNT last night from the Oskaloosa Pizza Ranch. Let's go ahead and jump into the weird.
That is weird.
And some weird. Well, this is different. In a twist straight out of a rom-com, a New York woman is going viral after receiving a surprise text 2 years after giving a guy her number on a subway. Yeah, so the guy was a stranger on the subway. They must have struck up a conversation. She gave him her number, And 2 years later, he finally texted. So a little bit of a backstory here. Her name is Sarah Schoenfeld, had shared some screenshots of the message on social media, revealing that the guy finally reached out after being reminded of their brief encounter. Apparently, he thought of her every time that he passed by this studio over the years, but didn't act on it until now. Now, in his text, he acknowledged the unusual delay and admitted that she might be, quote, in a different place in life, but figured it was worth a shot. So as far as the girl, Sarah, she says she seems open to meeting him. So, better late than never. Maybe you've been storing someone's number and you just haven't, made the effort to text somebody that you randomly met on a subway in New York City 2 years ago. Maybe it's not too late to send that text. Other stuff. Let's get to some cat news. A Los Angeles woman sent her British long-hair cat to the groomer and got back a hairless surprise that has left the internet in stitches. Now, this woman who regularly grooms her pets every 2 months took her cat Winnie in to get some sort of sticky spot, maybe something spilled on the cat or whatever. So had a little spot that needed to get a little trim from the cat groomer, but a combination of a language barrier and what she says is her heart, she must be a little bit hard of hearing, led to a major misunderstanding as she thought she was requesting the usual bath and partial shave of her cat. Instead, the groomer gave Winnie the cat a full body buzz cut, leaving only the head, paws, and tail fluffy. What kind of disaster is that? The cat now looks, in the woman's words, like a, quote, raw chicken. So despite the shock, the woman is trying to laugh it off. She says, quote, I think she looks amazing. I really do. I'm embracing it. So look up Winnie the cat. Maybe you'll find a picture of the shaved cat. That's kind of crazy. Other stuff in the weird news. In 2 separate incidents on Interstate 5 in the state of Washington, Washington State Patrol troopers apprehended drivers attempting to bypass high occupancy vehicle lane restrictions by using fake mannequins, or I should say managers as mannequins. I can't talk this morning. So people are using mannequins in their passenger seat as passengers to get by like the cameras, the security cameras on the highways. The first incident occurred near Shoreline, Washington, where a trooper noticed a suspiciously still passenger in the front seat. Upon inspection, it was revealed to be a mannequin, complete with a wig, shirt, and scarf. The driver admitted to using the dummy solely to access the high occupancy lane. Now, 2 days later in Federal Way, another driver stopped for doing 92 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone while also misusing the lane. This time, the fake passenger was a mannequin dressed in a bright yellow windbreaker and baseball cap, seated in the back seat. So, yeah, these people were fined and other infractions. So, yeah, using mannequins to try to use those lanes where you can maybe go a little bit easier to your destination. Other weird news, let's go to Pennsylvania. A 44-year-old woman in Pennsylvania, Christina Salamento, was arrested following a bizarre road rage incident. Man, I need Neil here on this one. So, Neil, if you're watching, feel free to comment on this one. Again, a 44-year-old woman in Pennsylvania arrested following a bizarre road rage incident in which she allegedly defecated on another person's car. Yeah, she pooped on somebody else's car. The episode, captured on video by a bystander, occurred April 29th and has since gone viral on social media. According to authorities, the confrontation began when one vehicle cut off the other on a street in Prospect Park in Pennsylvania. Video shows Salamento exiting her vehicle, approaching the other car, and defecating on the hood while the other driver honked. I mean, she really must have had to go. I mean, that's just not something you can do on command, I don't think. Despite the victimized driver choosing not to press charges, police proceeded with the arrest due to the nature of the act. So, yeah. Don't poop on other people's cars. Kind of crazy. You would at least have to go to the car wash, wouldn't you? At least give the person $10 to go to the car wash to clean off your poop. Other stuff. 26-year-old man from Northumberland, United Kingdom, over in Britain, has been convicted after admitting to setting fire to his own home. Twice. Yeah, he set his own home on fire twice in one night to observe firefighters in action. This guy's weird. His name is James Brown. James Brown, described as having an obsession with the fire service. He reported 2 separate fires at his residence. The first incident involved sparks from an energy meter and burning linen in a cabinet. Firefighters extinguished the fire, turned off the electricity. Approximately an hour and a half later, James Brown reported another fire involving bedding. However, the electricity had already been disconnected, raising suspicions. Upon investigations, authorities determined that the fires had been deliberately set. This guy is strange. He says his lawyer says that James Brown is extremely remorseful and had not contacted emergency services since his arrest. Now, Brown received an 8-month suspended sentence, 2 years of probation, and 150 hours of unpaid work. So efforts are underway to address his obsession with firefighters. So definitely worthy of being in the weird news. Have you ever fallen asleep on an airplane? Have you fallen asleep to the point where you maybe would stay asleep while everybody else got off the plane? How is that even possible? So here's the story. United Airlines is investigating reports that flight attendants have inadvertently left passengers asleep on empty planes after deplaning. The airline has acknowledged that such incidents violate the FAA regulations, which mandate a minimum crew presence whenever passengers are on board. I mean, why wouldn't they just wake these people up? This oversight poses significant safety and security risks, as they say unattended passengers could face emergencies without assistance from trained personnel. In response, United is collaborating with the Association of Flight Attendants to identify contributing factors and implement corrective measures. So, I mean, I'd say, yeah, they should wake people up if they're asleep. But, if you fall asleep on an airplane, that's kind of on you. Wake up. You must be a really, really heavy sleeper if all the noise of people getting up and leaving an airplane doesn't wake you up. There might be some deeper issues going on with your sleeping habits. Here's a good story in the weird news. A Texas lawmaker has introduced a bill aiming to prohibit non-human behavior in public schools, despite lacking evidence of such activities occurring. State Representative Stan Gertis, again, this is in Texas, filed what they call the Furries Act, which seeks to ban students from engaging in behaviors like meowing, barking, wearing animal accessories, or using litter boxes in schools, which I have heard of this. I have people that have said this is a thing. This isn't just, they're not making this up. Furries is a thing, and it's probably one of the weirdest, ridiculous things I've ever heard. The state representative claims that he had heard reports of such incidents, particularly referencing a furry-related incident at a Smithville ISD school. However, when pressed during a committee meeting, he admitted he could not provide concrete examples. What was he supposed to bring, like litter box full of human feces? The superintendent also refuted the claims. Critics argue that the bill addresses a non-existent problem. All right, so then what's the problem? Pass the bill, and then that way this ridiculousness can't happen ever. Furries. If your kid is saying that they're an animal, then take them to the vet, feed them cat and dog food, and set them outside. We'll see how much of a furry they are at that point. All right. And I'll get off my stool there. Let's take another break. We'll hear from such fine sponsors like Helmuth Ford.
Hi, Clint.
Hey, Clint, the new lot looks great.
Hey, Clint.
Hey. How you doing, Clint?
At Helmuth Ford, our friendly atmosphere is not a surprise. It shows your family.
Hey, Dad. Frank's bringing in his Ford F-150 to get his engine checked out.
Did you tell him that we're home with a lifetime powertrain warranty on new and used vehicles?
Yeah, told him we'd take care of everything.
Great. Come on down to Helmuth Ford and see for yourself.
Why choose Lifetime Dental? The legacy and experience of 30 years. Cutting-edge technology. Advanced education in pediatrics. Orthodontics. And restorative dentistry. A one-of-a-kind experience for the whole family. But most of all, we're compassionate doctors who are here to listen to your concerns and use our expertise to help. For all things dental, think Lifetime Dental. It's Plantpalooza, Friday, May 9th at Stam Garden Center. Learn from top gardening experts, win giveaways, and grab barbecue from 11 to 1:30. Don't miss it. Plantpalooza, 1 mile east of Oskaloosa on Highway 92.
Looking for more than just a job? Find a career where you make a difference right in your community.
What I appreciate about First Resources is our dedication to innovation, always looking for ways to expand programming and offer greater opportunities for our staff and everyone involved.
First Resources staff are amazing. They're committed and they are motivated and they are fierce advocates to help clients meet their goals.
If you're ready to join a team committed to making a difference, apply online and join us at First Resources.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house. From lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
Hey, thanks to all of our sponsors on just another morning show. Brothers Market in Sigourney is our headline sponsor, while Oski Dental sponsors our studios. Hey, it's Steve flying solo today, as Neil is a little bit under the weather. Hopefully he'll be back with us tomorrow. Hey, it's Wednesday, May 7th, and 7:39 on your Wednesday morning. Let's go ahead and jump into some files of law and disorder. In some disorder, now this could also be in the weird news today. They're calling this a groundbreaking moment for Arizona's judicial system, as the family of Christopher Pelkey utilized artificial intelligence to deliver a posthumous victim impact statement during the sentencing of his killer. Now, Pelkey, a 37-year-old Army veteran, was fatally shot back in 2021 during a road rage incident in Arizona. His sister and brother-in-law employed AI technology to recreate his image and his voice, allowing Pelkey to speak directly to the courtroom about his life and the circumstances of his death. The AI-generated video featured Pelkey addressing the shooter with a message of forgiveness as, the video, the artificial intelligence said, quote, "In another life, we probably could have been friends. I believe in forgiveness." The presentation also included personal video clips and a photo of Pelkey with an old age filter symbolizing the future that he was denied. Moved by the powerful statement, the judge sentenced the man to 10.5 years for manslaughter, exceeding the state's recommendation of 9.5 years. So, I mean, is this something that we really want to allow in courtrooms, like artificial intelligence of the victim addressing the courtroom? It's not real. I mean, yeah, you feel bad for the victim in this case, but you're allowing something fake, not real, to address the courtroom and affect the judge's decision. So that's a little bit too much for me. Arizona's Chief Justice acknowledged AI's potential benefits and risks, emphasizing the need for measured approach and the formation of a committee to examine its use in court proceedings. I mean, I can only imagine that the man that was sentenced to 10.5 years in prison is going to challenge this. I mean, why wouldn't you? You let fake testimony and statements be made in the courtroom by something that's not real. Bizarre. Other stuff in the files of Law and Disorder. A 68-year-old woman in Zurich appeared in court on Tuesday. Where's Zurich? Switzerland, I think. So this woman appeared in court Tuesday after being accused of unlawfully feeding and sheltering her neighbor's cat. The cat's name is Leo. She did this evidently for a 10-month period. According to Swiss law, systematically feeding and housing another person's pet without consent constitutes unlawful appropriation. Yeah. Prosecutors allege that the pensioner not only fed Leo, the cat, but also modified her cat flap to allow him unrestricted access to her home, leading the cat to stop returning to his rightful owner. Despite receiving a written request from the owner to cease her actions, the woman continued to care for Leo, the cat. The public prosecutor seeking a suspended fine and penalty. The case proceeded to court after the defendant refused to accept the initial penalty order. So in Switzerland, don't feed or shelter another person's cat, or you might end up in court. Kind of crazy. And then let's go to the duh. In the duh today, a 12-hour lockdown at a Clayton County jail. I'm not sure where this is. This is reported by the New York Post. Clayton County Jail lockdown 12 hours initiated after inmate Julian Brooks Deloche, a convicted murderer, was mistakenly left in a courthouse holding cell overnight. Deloche, who is 70 years old, was on loan from state prison for a misdemeanor charge. Now, following a court appearance, miscommunication among officers led to him being forgotten in the holding cell, which is typically unmonitored after 6 p.m. The oversight was discovered the next morning when surveillance footage revealed Deloche's location. The sheriff confirmed that disciplinary actions for the officers were going to be taken, including demotions and suspensions. This incident follows a recent case where another convicted murderer was mistakenly released from the same jail. So these people need to get their act together, highlighting ongoing concerns about procedural lapses within the facility. So, yeah, Clayton County Jail. I'm not sure, again, where that is located, but, yeah, multiple goof-ups at that jail. 7:45, yeah, we're moving right along. Obviously, Neil's not here. I don't think we're going to get much more out of this show today. We're kind of going back to old school before we came up to the studio uptown here. So we don't have Amanda from the Sigourney Public Library. So I think we're gonna skip her for this week. Let's hear from more of our sponsors. And, yeah, we still got some stuff to get to. Boy, I've actually spaced off a lot of stuff. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and get, like community calendar. We're going to take a look at our tournament, our this or that, our birthday. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to get to. What was I thinking? I got out of my routine of having Neil here, and now I'm all screwed up. All right, so give me a break. We'll be back with some more after this.
Oski Fasanti Pink is a refreshing, sweet, fizzy pink wine with tropical fruit aromas, including pineapple and lychee, followed by the zing of green apple and citrus on the palate. It pairs nicely with desserts and is a great wine for celebrating special events. Oski Fasanti Pink is available at Tassel Ridge Winery and at some of our more than 350 retail outlets in Iowa. If you don't see Oski Fasanti Pink from Tassel Ridge Winery in your favorite store, ask the manager to get it for you.
The mission of Essence of Life Hospice is to provide comprehensive, coordinated care to individuals with life-limiting illnesses and to their families, and to support them in the process of death and bereavement. Our goal is to provide palliative care that addresses the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of service for the terminally ill as an integrated whole. We pride ourselves on providing the highest quality care and are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, visit essencehospice.com. Stop by James Family Greenhouse and Produce in Sigourney. They have a variety of hanging baskets, annuals, shrubs, perennials, trees, mulch, and vegetable plants. Plus, you can spruce up your landscape with yard decor or decorate the inside of your home with home decor. James Family Greenhouse is also a great place to stop in for some gift ideas. You got to stop in and see it all for yourself. James Family Greenhouse at 701 East Jackson in Sigourney. And be sure to follow their page on Facebook.
Attention Iowa business owners. Is your business missing sales because you're too busy to follow up? Every missed call or delayed message could be costing you money. At Easy Biz Tech, we help local businesses stay ahead by automating customer follow-up, so no lead gets left behind. Missed a call? Our system texts back instantly. Need personalized outreach? We send automated texts, emails, and even use AI-powered voice agents to connect with your customers 24/7. Stop losing money because of slow follow-up. Contact Easy Biz Tech today, where Iowa businesses win online.
Bountiful produce, quality meats, frozen favorites, and a fresh bakery. These are the qualities of Brothers Market in Sigourney. Brothers Market is proud to serve the Sigourney community and is one of several locations in Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri. For any of your grocery, meat, deli, bakery, or special order needs, shop Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney. Brothers Market was honored at the 2024 Iowa Hunger Summit for its efforts to serve underprivileged and disadvantaged communities. Brothers Market, a piece of the community you can count on.
Hey, Brothers Market is our headline sponsor here on Just Another Morning Show. Oski Dental is our studio sponsor. And thanks for hanging out on this Wednesday morning. Steve Shuttler here on Just Another Morning Show. Flying solo. I'm all by myself on this Wednesday. And yeah, I have just spaced off all sorts of stuff this morning. Just kind of getting, out of routine without Neil here by my side. That's how important he is to this show. He keeps me on track. So let's go to our This or That. Boy, I should have done this right off the bat today. This or That, sponsored by Stacy Flynn, Legacy Insurance Group, and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. This or That, this is salsa. That is guacamole. I need a third option. I need queso. I need the cheese. Where's the cheese? So that is our This or That. That goes up each weekday morning at 6 a.m. Get your comments in on that. Again, salsa or guac. Yeah, I need queso. We had Mexican the other night and definitely always request the queso. Let's see, our question of the day goes up at noon. It's sponsored by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main in Sigourney. What is the best day of the week to take off from work? Now, yesterday's question was, what's your favorite day of the week besides Friday? So now, what's the best day of the week to take off from work? Real-time comment from Neil Crott saying Wednesday, because, I say Friday or Monday. That way you get a longer weekend. That's the best day of the week to take off from work, at least in my opinion. If you're Neil, you just take Wednesday off because you ate Pizza Ranch. Tournament going on. Our For the Fun of It tournament is cereal for the month of May, sponsored by our friends at Savage Energy, located at 108 East Washington Street in Sigourney on the north side of the square. Stop in there for energy teas, protein shakes, protein iced coffees, kids menu. They've got caffeine-free refreshers, so check out all that stuff at Savage Energy in Sigourney. So our matchup right now, and I tell you what, this is a close first-round battle. We've got Honey Nut Cheerios going against Captain Crunch. Now, I had a bowl of Captain Crunch this morning, so that's where my loyalty lies. I'm going with the Cap'n. Yeah, I like Captain Crunch. I've always liked Captain Crunch. It's kind of, for me, it's between Captain Crunch and Frosted Flakes. Those are my two go-tos whenever I get cereal. Although, I will admit that I did just get some Fruit Loops the other night and some Cinnamon Toast Crunch just for something a little bit different. Because I've been eating too much Captain Crunch and Frosted Flakes lately. So our overall, so far in our tournament, which we're just getting going on this, we have Cheerios and Frosted Flakes have moved on to the next round. Right now, we're in the bottom left corner, Honey Nut Cheerios against Captain Crunch. We'll see who moves on there. Next, coming up tonight at 6 p.m., we'll move on to the other corner. We've got Honey Bunches of Oats going against Apple Jacks. So that'll be your next matchup. We'll see who moves on. Again, right now, super close voting. If you want to vote on Honey Nut Cheerios, give them a thumbs up or a heart for Captain Crunch. That goes from 6 p.m. last evening till 6 p.m. this evening. Just scroll through my stuff on Facebook. You'll find this, that it went up last evening. Get your vote in. Bring up the reactions for Facebook. Hit the thumbs up for the Honey Nut Cheerios or the heart for Captain Crunch. I am cheering. I'm pulling for Captain Crunch on this one. Let's take a peek at our community calendar, which is sponsored by Enchanted Events. And they're located just south of Sigourney. They're a great venue to host whatever event you have coming up. Weddings, graduations, reunions, whatever you got. They can seat up to 500 guests at Enchanted Events. Get a hold of Mel or Chelsea for more information. I was going to say I was about to sneeze, and I did sneeze, so got that out of the way. Woo! Coming up tonight, we talked with Angie the other day from Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Now, she'll be at the Sigourney Public Library coming up at 5 o'clock tonight. So if you want more information on Sleep in Heavenly Peace, again, they're making beds and donating them to people in need. If you need more information on this, they're going to have that informational meeting at 5 o'clock, Sigourney Public Library, later on today. So take part in that. Also on the calendar, do keep in mind the Sigourney. Stay with the Sigourney Public Library. They've got their freezer meal menu. You need to get in on that. The last day to register is this Friday, and it's their past favorites menu. And this is a bunch of good stuff. This all looks good to me. So get in on the freezer meals from the Sigourney Public Library. Contact the library if you need more information on that. But get your orders in by Friday for the freezer meals. And then Keota Fun Days coming up June 13th and 14th in Keota with the parade starting on that Saturday at 11 a.m. I'm pretty sure I'll be broadcasting that parade once again this year. So stuff to keep in mind on our community calendar. And then let's go to our birthdays, which there aren't a whole lot of birthdays today. To you, happy birthday to you. All right, birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers, your broker, owner, and realtor. Give her a holla. 641-295-4142. Go to hometown-re.com for more information. Yeah, hometown birthdays. We've got James Gillum with a birthday today. Happy birthday, James. And then Andrew Okonis with a birthday today. So James and Andrew with our local and area birthdays today. Now, on the celebrity side, rarely do we have this few celebrities. But I tell you what, the celebrity list for today is lame. I mean, when Tracy Lords makes your celebrity birthday list, you know things aren't going well. There just aren't many noteworthy people today with birthdays. So, actress Tracy Lords, 57. WWE wrestler Kevin Owens, 41. So, yeah, there you go. Those are your birthdays. Boring. Birthdays brought to us today by Hometown Real Estate. If you have a birthday with somebody local or a hometown birthday, you can email those in at steveshetlermedia@gmail.com. Make sure you take advantage of that. Let's go ahead and get into some good news. Good news brought to us by Jay Dennis at Bridalwood Midwest Insurance, where Medicare is made easy. Give Jay a call at 319-471-3328. Jay located in Marengo. So Jay Dennis with our good news for today. All right, here's your good news story. We'll give you just a little bit of info. Of course, this gets posted on my Facebook page every day at 7:45. So imagine a world where a simple $6.30 blood test could revolutionize heart health by preventing thousands of heart attacks and strokes. That would be a good world to live in. Now, this groundbreaking study, published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, reveals the power of testing certain levels. Now, troponin, hopefully I'm saying that right, troponin, a protein released during heart damage, could offer crucial insights even before a heart attack occurs. Now, a professor is quoted as saying troponin, even in a normal range, is a powerful indicator of silent heart muscle damage. So they're saying this test could just be as cheap as $6.30, so which would obviously be worth it if it's going to prevent heart attacks and strokes. So get the full story, the full scoop on this good news on my Facebook page. Again, that gets posted every weekday at 7:45, brought to us by Jay Dennis at Bridalwood Insurance. That just about does it for today. Let's get one last look at our forecast. And it's brought to us by the Garden Gate. They're located on the east side of the square in Sigourney at 105 South Jefferson Street. Stop in for fresh floral arrangements, home decor, sympathy gifts. They got something for everyone at the Garden Gate. A slight chance of some showers today, maybe some showers and thunderstorms after 4 o'clock. Otherwise cloudy, warm with a high of 77 degrees. Light and variable winds, so that's nice not to have a whole lot of wind. Tonight, there's a slight chance of some showers and thunderstorms up till about 11 p.m. Otherwise cloudy, a low of 47, getting a little bit more breezy tonight. Sunshine tomorrow, 69, and Thursday night will be clear and 41. Friday looks perfect. Sunshine and 70. That is a pretty good-looking forecast here on Steve Shetler Media, brought to us by Cindy at the Garden Gate. All right. Well, we lasted an hour today, so I'm happy with that. We'll take that one. I think we'll see Amanda from the library next week. She'll come in on Wednesday of next week, so tune in. Now, tomorrow, we're going to be talking with Darian Graff from Walker Drive-Thru. She's going to be popping in tomorrow, so tune in for that. Friday, I know we've got another guest coming up on Friday, but I'm drawing a blank right now off the top of my head. Yeah, so that happens. Tonight, you can tune in. We'll have the Sigourney City Council meeting starting at 6 p.m., so tune in for that one. That's the first City Council meeting of this month. It's always the first and third Wednesdays of each month. So Sigourney City Council meeting coming up live at 6 o'clock tonight. Okay, you guys have a great Wednesday. Hopefully Neil is back. Hopefully his Pizza Ranch chicken and pizza and cheese sticks and dessert pizza all settle. and or exit smoothly, and he'll be back in the studio tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow. We'll have more of Just Another Morning Show here on Steve Shetler Media. Bye.